Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. Here we are from the Hull City Stadium, a place that Ian Pepe Goodison, Theodore Tappa Whitmore, Marlon King all played for. And guess what? Kevin Stewart as well played on this very surface. We brought you coverage from Manchester. We brought you coverage from Leeds. We brought you coverage from all the way in the northeast in Sunderland. And here we are now in East Yorkshire. So, what piece of news do I have for you today? Well, it's quite natural that the Jamaican players made an impact right here. Marlon King, we know when he joined Hull City on loan from Wigan Athletic, that was an amazing start to Hull City in that 2008-2009 season of the Premier League. Remember defeating Arsenal away from home? Giovanni getting on the score sheet, Daniel Kuzan, Marlon King, they were sitting in the UEFA Cup places. Remember, it was the UEFA Cup before it was called the UEFA Europa League. Hull City had an absolutely fantastic start to the season, going to Old Trafford, holding their own, losing 4-3 to Manchester United, beating West Bromwich Albion, getting some amazing results, going up to St James's Park in the northeast against Newcastle United. Marlon King on the score sheet there, scoring crucial goals for his team. Marlon King, Theodore Tappa Whitmore, Ian Pepe Goodison, all remembered by fans in this very city. A place that was dubbed home for them for a number of years. East Yorkshire, an interesting place, different from West Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, and of course South Yorkshire. South Yorkshire, of course, the likes of Barnsley, Sheffield, Doncaster. West Yorkshire, you have the Leeds United of this world, amongst other clubs. Huddersfield Town, Bradford City. East Yorkshire, it's Hull City. That's right. And then when you go to North Yorkshire, of course, you have York United, amongst other teams that are involved in this. But what can we tell you at this point in time? Well, there's a couple of things to note in particular. And what we can tell you in relation to that is some good news. Fans of this very club, Hull City, they want Theodore Tappa Whitmore and they want Ian Pepe Goodison to operate in roles of ambassadors of this football club. Hull City, as we know right now, they're not playing in the Premier League, and they haven't been playing in the Premier League for quite some time. So right now, fans of Hull City Football Club, they would like Theodore Tappa Whitmore and Ian Pepe Goodison to be ambassadors of Hull City Football Club. Now, right now at Hull City, their manager is Andy Dawson, and of course their chairman is Akun Ilakali, and of course the owner is Akud Media. Now, in relation to the owner and the chairman, there is some consideration, and they're giving it some thought as it relates to Ian Pepe Goodison being an ambassador for the club on a long-term basis, just marketing the club, making the club more aware to persons, because this is something that they represented the club, and they want to be in a situation where their players can be, and their past players can market the club to attract more sponsorship, more fans, more interest, build a brand image of the club. So that is something that the fans want to do. And as it relates to the owners, the chairman of the club, at this point in time, they haven't given thought as it relates to Theodore Tappa Whitmore, but certainly Ian Pepe Goodison, there is some thought process going to it. Will it be made? We're just going to have to wait and see. But the fans of this football club, they want Theodore Tappa Whitmore and they want Ian Pepe Goodison to be ambassadors of this very club, Hull City. No word as it relates to Marlon King in terms of what involvement they want, but they do remember his time playing for Hull City in the 2008-2009 season. As we know, Hull City was high as 4th, 5th in the league, and as we know, by the skin of their teeth, they avoided relegation after it was a disastrous last spell of the campaign with the likes of Manucho getting them over the line quite late, as they won one of their last 15 or 16 games. You know, they got a win on the road against Fulham, and that very well kept them within the Premier League. But what I can say right now as it relates to what Hull City fans want, they want a lift. They want a breakthrough. And they feel with players such as Theodore Whitmore and Ian Pepe Goodison, who made such a strong impression in this area, who made such a massive impact. Even though they weren't Premier League players at this time, they had a connection with the fans, and that is why I've always stressed that the fans are such a vital stakeholder to this very football club. And this football club, although having dark times, they want Jamaicans to be involved in some capacity. Like I said, an ambassador role, it might not be the same role as in a coaching capacity, but what I can tell you is that this very football club, they want help. They need help. And if there's any way that they can get that help, they want it in the form of Jamaicans assisting. And we know already the sort of impact that they have made already. They know already that the likes of Theodore Tappa Whitmore, Pepe Goodison have made that impact for the club. So we'll see. But what I can say, the fans want them here. The owners, the chairmen will give it some thought. But I'm just going to show you, and I'm showing you, that Jamaicans are in demand. Jamaicans are in demand. And that is something that we can pat ourselves about. Because we have come to places such as East Yorkshire and have stamped our class and our authority. And I know many people will reflect on the time that Theodore Tappa Whitmore had in charge as head coach. You've heard my thoughts already. You've heard my thoughts already about his tenure as manager, well, head coach of the Reggae Boys. I've made my feelings clear about the accountability element of that, and the situation with giving players debut. He took the job 2016, and in that matter in particular, we know that there was 2 Gold Cups, well, 3 Gold Cups, and a couple of Nations League and friendlies in between. And I felt that in that period of time that the likes of Casey Palmer and Pinnock and Andre Gray and Antonio and others should have been introduced earlier. That's my thoughts about the matter, amongst other areas. Yeah, but guess what? In this town, in this city of Hull, Theodore Tappa Whitmore, it's nothing but positive. Nothing but positive. Ian Pepe Goodison, positive. Marlon King, positive. Kevin Stewart, let's say he was a decent player, but injuries kind of hampered the growth and his progress. But there's been absolute positive things relating to die-hard fans of this football club. So, Reggae Boys fans, what are your thoughts? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content.